Maryland sports fans, there's only one sports book in the great state of Maryland with over 50 years experience booking bets and supporting customers. Betfred Sportsbook at Longshots is now open and is the only sportsbook in Frederick offering cash betting on football, basketball, world soccer, and more. Visit the Betfred Sportsbook at I-270 and MD-85 in Frederick, right next to Longshots off-track betting. Go to betfredsports.com for more information and your chance to win exclusive merchandise. Must be 21 or older. Play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
To stop. Yeah, and if you don't like it, you better take your ass up to the snooty box, because this is the loud spot. Okay, see you later.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Cosby, right out of Oklahoma City. I got my buddy KP here tonight. What's up, bro?
What up? What up, party people?
So we actually tried to do this podcast a little bit ago, and then I totally messed it up. So I realized halfway through what I did wrong last night, and I pushed the wrong pause button. So I'm going to be, I guess, cautious of that, which is sad. You guys missed a really funny story, but we might tell it again later on today. What are you doing, dude? Where are you going right now?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing a podcast.
So I got Kenny to this podcast with him because he did one with me originally about a week ago, and I actually got a bunch of text messages from people saying that they really liked him on the podcast. So you got some fan mail, bro.
Awesome. Yeah, well, before we go any further, I just want to let all of our listeners know, if you're new to the Loud Spot, do not forget to click subscribe and share this podcast on all your social media platforms. We are doing some big things. We are showcasing some big bands from all over the world. Hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do being here. So we're going to rock out tonight, and glad to have you here.
Dude, absolutely. You know what's funny is, like, I didn't realize it, but apparently, there's a lot of podcasts that play music from artists. I didn't know that. But here's one thing they don't know about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say we're going to go big, we're going to go big. See, people don't really know. Like, I'm new at doing this, so I make some mistakes, and I'm trying to figure it out. But once I figure it out, I figure it out. So,
right.
You know, and
it's all part of the process.
It's all part of the process, the learning process, the getting everything out there, the process of learning the software that you're using. And I had no idea there was other podcasts. In fact, someone told me that last night from a band I played, that there was other podcasts. I'm like, how many of there are? Like, are they hitting you up? Like, all the time? And
dude,
you know,
Sebastian is like the only person that I know that can, like, succeed in doing things when he has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, dude, and that's the thing, man. Like, every business I've started, and you know I've started a bunch of them, and a lot of them have been pretty successful. You know, one time when I started a staffing agency, I had no idea what I was doing, and this was like 2 years ago, before I started the new one that I had, which COVID completely destroyed. One of the guys that was a partner was like, we're not ready to start yet, because he wanted to get ready and, like, be completely prepared. I don't like to be prepared. I'm like, I'll learn as I go. He's like, you can get fined, you can do this, you can do that. I'm like, find me. Like, go, do whatever you need to do, because I want to be successful, and you learn from your mistakes.
Right.
You know, people don't really realize that. I mean, you know me though, so you understand that.
Yeah, no, it's been neat watching you dip into things all the way across the board, from teaching people to sell mineral rights in the oil field.
Yeah.
Now we're doing a podcast, sharing some like really kick-ass music. I'm excited.
Thanks, dude. You've been one of my number one supporters. I talk to you almost. We go through spurts where we talk every day on the phone, and then like there was like a month or so where like we don't talk at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then there's like spurts where you come to Oklahoma City to come visit me a lot, and then you're like MIA back in LA for a little bit. But that's our friendship, man. That's our friendship.
Yeah.
The first trip I ever invited you on was to Mexico. Remember that?
Yeah, Rosarito.
And what happened to
Yeah,
that?
I missed out on that because I was in the laundry room trying to get my clothes together, and you took off.
I was like, I gotta go. I was like, I knocked on the apartment you were living at. Your roommate opened the door, and I was like, is Kenny P here? He was like, nope. I was like, well, tell him I gotta go.
Oh, yeah, I came back, had all my stuff ready to rock and roll, and you were gone. But it was all right. You had a good time. You got a ride back to the hotel on a donkey. Why don't you tell the people about that?
Okay, I did.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, my God, dude. I don't know if I should say that story. I should say
You don't have to tell it.
I should say I did get a ride back to my hotel room on a donkey in Mexico. That is a true story.
Wasn't the driver, or I mean, I don't know what you would call the person controlling the donkey, the rider, the driver, but wasn't it a kid?
No, okay. I think it was. I'm trying to think back. I think it was a kid. Because this was like this is a long time ago. Probably 15 years, longer than that, 18 years ago. So there it was a kid, and my hotel was like a mile away, but the whole way there was a beach. So I was walking it with a hangover, dude. And there was like, $10 donkey ride to the hotel. And so I decided, I was like, I'm not going to walk anymore. I'll take this donkey. And the kid, I think it was a kid, was on a horse. And I was on the donkey. And the kid kept on kicking the donkey. Because it was getting close to the water. And I guess the donkey gets close to the water, freaks out. But I was like, you're going to knock me off this donkey by kicking it, dude. I could barely hold on as it was.
You're gonna have PETA.
Dude, I almost,
out Rosarito looking for that kid.
I almost went to jail that night. The night
Did
before, no, I didn't. I gave the cop $20. He left me alone. So when I was in Mexico, I took my shirt off because I knocked over a drink, and the drink spilt on my clothes, and so I just took my shirt off because it seemed like it was okay. It was some weird nightclub where you could do that. So, because I took my shirt off, I went back to my hotel to change my shirt. And the cop stopped me on the way. I tried to run, and he stopped me because I didn't have a shirt on. And he almost took me to jail for not having a shirt. And he was like,
so,
$20.
Don't go to Rosarito and take your shirt off.
Apparently not, dude. And that's crazy. This is before you needed a passport to go to Mexico.
Really? We didn't need one?
No, dude, back in the day, we didn't need a passport. That happened I don't even know what year it happened.
I wouldn't know because my friend left me while I was in the laundry room, so I wouldn't know.
But yeah, dude, I had some crazy times, man. Okay, so, on that note, now, for the second time through this podcast, on the first podcast, we played Let's Party by Redefind. Because
awesome track. Party. Definitely a metal party anthem.
Yes, this song is so cool. So that was me partying in Mexico, and this is me partying right now, listening to this song, but not really partying. The memories of partying. All right, this is Let's Party by Redefined. Real quick, before I play this song, I do want to say that they did send me their music video. We kind of had some hopes in doing some music videos and putting them on YouTube with our podcast. We're still working on that. And so we hope it works out eventually. And so I do have it saved. So thank you for sending me the music video. And here is Let's Party Like I Partied in Mexico Well, let's party by Redefined.
Let's party till we fucking die! Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Let's party till we fucking Everybody, welcome to a place where we are all accepted. No religion, no race, no gender, just to keep it real specific. So grab a drink, sit back and just enjoy all of this atmosphere. There's no room for the hate of all this world inside of there. So come on inside. There's no place for judgment here. Raise your glasses high. Let's party till we fucking die. Yeah. Oh. Let's party till we fucking die. We're all so busy with our everyday routine we call life. So let the drink and smoke take all your cares away for just tonight. You are put here just to work all of your simple life away. So just relax and hear all these words that I have come here to say. So come on inside. There's no place for judgment here. Raise your glasses high. Let's party till we fucking. You can always come back to us, there's no expiration for this living. We'll keep on running until it's our own graves that we're digging. Just remember once in a while, take some time out for yourself. Do whatever it is you want and don't worry about no one else. So come on inside. There's no place for judgment here. Raise your glasses high. Let's party till we fucking die. Yeah. Oh. Let's party till we fucking die.
All right, that was Redefined. Let's party.
Dude, they straight brought it with that track.
Dude, I know, and the music video is so cool. So we're gonna have them on the show. As of right now, we have them booked on October 18th.
I can't wait.
So Dustin Snow sent me. He emailed me that song. I'm friends with him on Facebook. That band, like that. That's the only song I've heard by them so far.
Do they have a band website, or is their stuff mainly like Facebook, Instagram, Apple, Spotify?
You know, I don't know. And if it was not late right now, I'm going to air this later, but for right now, it's late, right? I would
Right.
message him and try to get him on the phone with us and figure that out. Because I don't know if they have
Well,
a
we
website.
could we could cover all that when we showcase them as a band.
Yeah, I know they're on YouTube, though. They're at least on YouTube. And
Totally dig their style.
And so we are, like, literally, KP and I are just kind of winging this episode because we just felt we were bored. And I said, let's do a podcast. He was like, I'm down. We have nothing better to do right now. We're going to be on the phone anyway, so might as well do
This
a
is all
podcast.
we do anyway.
Yeah, all we do is talk. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. KP and I go back a long ways. We have, dude, some of the stories I won't even say on the podcast. Maybe later I will.
Probably 3/4 of the stories cannot be told.
Yeah, 3/4 of the stories. Most of the stories that we say are definitely shortened because they just have to be. My parents listen to this podcast, okay? So we can't do it.
Right?
Oh my god. Dude, what's the weather like out there in what city do you actually live in now? You're in Huntington Beach?
Huntington Beach.
Nice, dude. Is this like a big time for surfing? Cuz I know like you support, cuz doesn't your oldest son surf?
Yeah, he's actually we are part of a nonprofit surfing foundation for kids with autism called Surfers Healing. They have a website the website is surfershealing.org. Right now, because of the pandemic, it is kind of shut down. But yeah, no, it's an awesome foundation. Anybody with a child or knows somebody with a child that is on the spectrum for autism, I would definitely look into checking it out. Great people, surf therapy.
Are they like nationwide? Like, are they?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they're not just in Southern California.
They're nationwide. They actually leave the country as well. So, and it's really neat. The Malibu stop is probably the biggest stop of all in California, probably of all the stops in the United States. And Anthony Kiedis is a part of that foundation. He's not a stranger to see out there, taking the kids out on the board, riding some waves with them. Awesome.
That's super
But as
cool.
far as like, is surfing big right now? Surfing's pretty much big out here in Southern California all year round. So
yeah, well, because the weather's are pretty
almost
good.
perfect.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, unlike Oklahoma where it's like 50 degrees one day, 80 degrees another day, and then like 20 degrees the day after.
Right. Yeah, you guys are surfing on toboggans.
Yeah, there's no surfing in the lakes in Oklahoma. If there is, I haven't seen it. I promise you that. I think I'm scared of surfing, man. I think I tried it. I tried way.
Then you need to do it. You need to face your fears.
Next time I come out to California, you know what I'll do next time I come? Can you rent surfboards?
Yeah, you can rent them.
And by the way, I'm from Well, you know this. I'm from California, so it's not like. But normally, I'm from Northern California. There's not a lot of beaches over there. I mean, there are, but not like where I live. Like I didn't go to the.
Yeah. I mean, there's you can go out to Santa Cruz. Probably not going to find too many people doing anything like that, like in Frisco. I don't know.
No,
I wouldn't.
I think the water. Well, the water is super cold, and the water is gross, dude. I remember as a kid going to the beach. I didn't like it that much because the San Francisco beaches to me are not. They're not that good.
Right.
They're not like the Southern California beaches or like the Florida beaches. I think are the nicest ones.
Yeah. I've been on Daytona Beach. That was a really nice beach. You can actually, I think there's like a 1.5 miles worth of that beach that you can actually drive your car on, park and tailgate.
You don't have to get a donkey.
Cool.
You don't have to get a donky. You don't have to.
Yeah, no, there's no donkeys. I went out there. I was probably like 22. I went out there for spring break. It was something I always wanted to do growing up, watching MTV, all the spring break parties. So I made it happen. Actually, I had told all my friends, it was something I've always wanted to do, and everybody thought it sounded like a really good idea. So I thought I was going with a pretty big group until it was time to break bread and get the airline tickets. And everybody reached into their pocket and pulled out an excuse why they didn't have the money to go. So I went solo.
That's typical. That is typical.
Hey, but it was fun, and you know what? I'm glad I went out there alone. It ended up being a really, like, I showed up and Bike Week was going on. As Bike Week was coming to a close, spring breakers were pouring in from everywhere, and in California, spring break is in the month of April. On the East Coast, it's in the month of March. So
right.
I very well could have been the only kid from Cali out there celebrating spring break. You never know.
Dude, you know what? You know what I need to play right now? The band that does my intro is called Hot Zone. Okay? Have you ever heard any of their music besides just my intro?
No.
Dude, these guys are really, really good. I played, all the bands on this podcast I'm playing are bands that I've played previously. And by the way, everyone, I got a couple more submissions just like over the last couple days, and I haven't checked my email yet because I have a job and then I have a family. But I will email you back and let you know that I got your song probably tomorrow or sometime soon. And then this Sunday we have Kindly Shut Up that we are going to be interviewing that band. So that should be a really fun podcast.
Where are they from again?
Dude, okay, so hold on. I gotta check that. Because I have, Rich just sent me a text message from Kindly Shut Up. Their area code is 239. Where's 239 area code at? You know, I might have wrote it down on my calendar. They're from Florida.
Oh, okay.
I wrote it down in my book. I went and got my book today. I didn't have my book for a while because there was a COVID scare at my office. And I was like, I'm not going to my office to, like, literally, I'm supposed to be, like, self-quarantined. So I am. I haven't really been around a lot of people. My daughter didn't go to school for a day. I was exposed on Friday to our IT guy, and it's now going to be Friday here in like 2 minutes here in Oklahoma, and I still feel fine. But I think every single day I wake up, I think I have COVID.
Sebastian is a hypochondriac.
I am. I'm like, I knew I had COVID. I knew it all along.
Sebastian stubs his toe. He's dying. Like, for real.
Dude, I got stung by a wasp in my grass, and I was like, it's one of those killer wasps, like literally. And my wife is like, dude, shut up. Like, just stop.
Sebastian got stung by a wasp. He went to Google and found out that he had cat scratch fever by a wasp.
Dude, today I looked at my fingernail and it was like an orange color. I was like, what is wrong with my finger? So I looked up discolored fingernails. Like, all day it was worrying me, okay? And it's like, you could have cancer, liver problems, kidney problems. And like, all day I was stressing out about it, all day. And then, like, later on tonight, I went and looked at my fingernail and I was like, what if I could just scratch this off? And it wound up being like orange peel. Or it's like, because I ate a bunch of oranges last night, and it wound up being like an orange peel on my fingernail. Now it's back and clear and white. So,
well, what happened to me a long time ago? This is in the era that we actually lived together in the same apartment. I remember. I don't know if you remember the kittens. I had a little kitten, and I named it Nellie. And
which apartment?
I remember
was that?
I was sleeping. I didn't realize the cat was cuddled up next to my foot, and I must have moved, and my foot got straight. I mean, the cat lit my foot up, dude, and it was not good. It hurt so bad. Like, I just remember, I don't know if it was the next day or later on that day, but I remember it was like hurting me to walk. So I got on Google.
Oh, I remember that. I do remember that.
I Googled dangers of being scratched by a cat, and I started freaking out because I found that I had cat scratch fever, and then I started looking up the symptoms, and I like legit started feeling every symptom that I was reading. Dude, like, it said you might feel lethargic. I was feeling lethargic. I didn't even know what that meant, but I was feeling it because Google told me. Dude,
that's the problem with Googling stuff, dude. And you know what's funny about that? I remember that. That's at that time when I introduced you to MySpace, and you were constantly on the computer,
You remember? I was so resistant. I didn't even want to get online.
No, you did not want to.
You wrecked me, bro. It's your fault that I'm even on this social platforms.
I know. I'm sorry.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
I remember you begged me. You're all, no, you here, and then you made me a profile.
And then he went in, and then I used to be like, Kenny, let's go to the bar. We got to go to the bar. And you'd be like, hold on, man, like 2 minutes. And like an hour later, I'm like, Kenny, let's go to the bar. You're like, 5 minutes. I'm like, I already gave you an hour.
I couldn't get off of it.
I know.
I was meeting so many people on there, dude. Like, that was back in the day when you could pimp your profile out. You could put music. Dude, you had your, like, top 8, you know?
Yeah.
Which was like...
Oh, yeah.
I remember
your top
I remember it progressed from top 8, and you could do, like, a top 16 or something like that. That was better.
I think I had you on my... Because then if you weren't on the top 8 or the top whatever...
Oh, it was your fights.
You were friends with them. It's like, I'm not your friend anymore if I'm not your top friend.
Yeah, like, how come I'm not your top? You have such and such in your top, like, whatever.
Okay, let me play Hot Zone. I think this is a song that I like the best. If it's not, I'm gonna stop and play another one. But they actually had all their songs are pretty good, but I like one particularly the best. So I'm gonna play "I Tell Ya" by Hot Zone, and if it's not it, I think I have the other one in mind. But these guys are so cool for doing my cover song. I mean, these guys legitly did this for me. I didn't pay them anything, and you know they premiered on all of our on the intro to all of the podcasts as we grow. So that's awesome. I'm gonna play them right now. Yeah, go ahead.
Before we play it, you mentioned that your parents listen to this podcast, so I just want to say hi, Mom, hi, Dad.
Yeah,
they love you guys.
They love you, dude. My dad literally was like, "Kenny P, so awesome on your." I sent you the text message that he's forwarded.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. So, I love your dad. I love your mom too. I love your whole family.
Man, yeah. My dad's a big supporter, so I appreciate that. I'm gonna play this right now.
Day we bury ya. Let's go. Little kid, star in your chest. Doesn't protect you like that bulletproof vest. Put lights on the car. Threw you the keys. Sent you out to beat a disease. History of abuse and an IQ of 80. Now you got permission to be on Mr. Shady. Start you up, ship you out, cut you a check. Keeping their boot on everyone's neck. I'm just doing my job. To allow the rich to steal and rob. Just doing my job. Another member of the Thin Blue Mob. Hot Zone 2020, motherfucker. We get no respect. We give no respect. You don't like it? Go take a shit and deal with it. Power to detain. Power to inflame. When it gets too hot, man, you get out of the game. Wrong place, wrong time. A ticket in the mail. Cash pay all the way to the last coffin nail. Treated to community, people in class. The same flesh and bone that you harass. Dollar signs in your rock, we're already number one. None of this will change when you are top brass. I'm just doing my job. To allow the rich to steal and rob. I'm just doing my job. Another member of the Thin Blue Mob. I'm just doing my job. To allow the rich to steal and rob. You're just doing your job. You're a member of the Thin Blue Mob. Yeah, you're just doing your job. Go do it somewhere else. Best thing you ever did for me was stay the fuck away. This is the part where I talk under the music. This is the part where the solo comes in. See you later.
Okay, you know my favorite lyric is in that whole entire song?
Tell me.
And I don't know how well you can hear it over there.
No, I can hear it good.
Okay, he says, the singer says, you don't like it, go take a shit and deal with it. Like, I think that's like the best line I've ever heard in my life.
You know what I noticed about it as I was listening to it, and I think it's awesome, is that they stayed as authentic and true to who they are when they made your intro.
Exactly. Like that song specifically sounds like the intro to our podcast.
Well, the thing is the intro. The intro sounds like it could be one of their tracks on their album.
Yeah, I know. And you know, and I told him, you know, I told him what I liked about it, and I kind of wanted the intro to sound like that particular song, and it does.
Right.
And I love that. Like, I love that they did that. They are called Hot Zone. They are from the East Coast. They have a cool YouTube video out. They are on, and it's even cooler to rep them now that we have an audience.
Right.
Before, I didn't have an audience. I was doing this, like, literally, kind of just wanting bands to let me play them, and it's been a little over a month now, and I've really grown a lot, and I've learned a lot from my mistakes and what I'm doing, you know, and so I'm really excited that I get to play their music again while we actually have people who listen.
Right.
Instead of like my dad and like 3 other people, you know, that feels sorry
have
for
they
me.
been around for quite a while? That band? Do they have a lot of albums, a lot of music out, or are they kind of new?
You know, I don't know. I actually asked them if they wanted to do an interview, and they were kind of like, "Yeah, we'll get back to you on that." I think I don't know, but they do have a website, and I don't remember what it is right now because we're just kind of winging this podcast, so I didn't really prepare for talking about the bands that we're actually playing, except for just my memory of them. But I think they're pretty, like, secretive. I think they all have really good jobs. And even their website, like, they don't say who they are. And on Facebook, I don't know the dude's name. I never asked him his name. I just, you know, I don't need to. They wrote me a song, and I love them for it. You know, so they did me a solid, so I got to do them a solid by at least playing the music every now and again. And I said, when you play, you know, when you do the intro, mention your band's name, like, in the intro. And they do a very good job of it, and I love that intro. Like, that is... Yeah, no. That's legit. So cool they did that. That's so cool they did that. We don't have a lot of time left. We've got like 10 minutes. That band I showed you before we started this podcast was called Hasta la Tierra.
Ooh, say that again.
Hasta la Tierra.
That's that Puerto Rican flavor.
These guys, I believe, are Mexican. They live in Texas, and they got a punk rock group, and this song is the same name of the band. And I really dig this song. I don't even know if we have time for another song after this, because you and I, bro, we can talk.
Oh yeah,
we can talk.
Podcast within.
We can do a podcast, and like I said to another friend of mine, not play any music at all and just talk, because the stories that we have, the memories that we have, it's fun. Right. It's fun to reminisce on. You know, I mean, and some stories we're not going to tell, but some stories we are going to tell.
Right.
You know, so like, you know, we had fun times hanging out with. What was that girl's name? What was that lady's name we used to hang out with? She was Shorty.
Oh, Shorty.
Whatever happened to her, bro? She was a pimp.
Yeah, she was.
She was a female pimp.
Yeah, she would always show up with a cup. What would she call it? I forget what she called her drink. She had a name for her. I mean,
she used to hang out at the apartment with Who was that I lived with? I don't remember her name. I was a roommate, but I slept in the same room as her because there was no like other rooms. Was it Jen or she had like a little pug dog that ate her weed one time and had to take it to the hospital because he thought it was gonna die because it was like super stoned. That time we got into that little fight.
Yeah, no, I remember. I remember Becca and Rachel. That's who I remember from that time. So
because we lived with Becca and Rachel first, and they're both married now.
Yes, they are. I actually just talked to Rachel the other day.
We had a fun time living there, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was like
one of these days we got to get those girls.
We do
on a podcast or something.
Rachel, before I play Hasta la Tierra, Rachel. Oh no, Becca. I remember she made me because I was moving, or she made a little DVD.
Dude, all of us a video.
Yeah, and there was a little DVD of us hanging out. I don't know what happened to that DVD.
Mine was awesome that she made for me. I wish I could find it. I
know. I don't know what. I wonder if she has copies. I doubt she does. I doubt it.
It does. It's in a box somewhere, probably even at her parents' house or something.
Because I want to see. She made a funny joke about women having sex on on the one she made me. We were hanging out in Lonnie Fritch's driveway.
Right.
Back when he was at his parents' house a long time ago.
And we should give a little shameless plug to Lonnie Fritch and Damaged Lifestyle Tattoo in Vacaville.
Yeah, I gotta get Lonnie Fritch on the show. I think that'd be kind of cool to have him on here. He's become a successful tattoo artist, man.
Yeah,
I remember when he first started.
Well, the thing that's cool about his shop, too, is not only is it something that he talked about doing a long time ago, but after Tattoos Unlimited or Dirty Harry's left, I think the city of Vacaville was really not down with having another tattoo shop in the downtown area. And Lonnie went down to the city and basically sold himself, and they gave the green light for him to open a shop on that main street. And it's been... Damaged Lifestyle Tattoo has been voted, I think, over more than the last 10 years, the best shop in Solano County.
You know what? When you're on a mission to accomplish something, like at that point, Lonnie was on a mission, and he was going to accomplish what he set out to accomplish. And
the guy used to do backflips on dirt bikes, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, you got to have like a level of, you know what, I'm gonna make this happen.
And you know what's going to happen? This podcast is going to grow. And if there's other podcasters doing this, I support them too. If you're supporting local musicians, I love it. But I'm trying to take this to a whole nother level, brother. And you know it. And I will. Let me play Hasta la Tierra real quick because I do love this song. I want to play a bunch more songs, but unfortunately we're not going to because I like to talk with KP. So,
right.
Here we go. Right now, here's Hasta la Tierra.
Careful when you come to our city. These corpitos vatos don't play. Hasta la Tierra! ¡Hasta la tierra! ¡Hasta la tierra! We're from the home of Selena, the sparkly city by the bay. Be careful when you come to our city. These conquistos vatos don't play. ¡Hasta la tierra! ¡Hasta la tierra! Nos gusta tomar cerveza, eso no lo
You know why I love that song? Because not only is it a really cool and badass song, it's one of my favorite songs, actually, as of right now. Because I go through phases. Definitely one of my favorite songs. I like them because I grew up very Puerto Rican, and they're singing in Spanish and English.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. And you know what? We should try to find some more metal bands, more punk bands out of Mexico.
But they're not out of Mexico. They live in like the Galveston, Texas area.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you said they were from Mexico. No, you said they were Mexican.
Yeah, and I believe now that could just be putting two and two together that they're in Texas and they speak Spanish, assuming they're Mexican. I don't know that they are, but it's a safe assumption, I would say. Like in California, everyone assumed I was Mexican, even though I was Puerto Rican.
Either way, I just profiled them because you said they're Mexican.
But dude, their music is so like that song specifically is it's just a fun song. I like fast, hard music. And I didn't realize that I like that. I guess I've realized it, but doing this podcast, I realized...
You're starting to get a better scope on the different genres that are within a genre. And you're starting to be able to, kind of differentiate, thrash metal, thrash punk, different styles of those genres. I think that's one of the cool elements about the Loud Spot.
This podcast, in the short time we've had it, has really opened a lot of doors. It's made me a broader. I appreciate more music now than I ever have before.
Right.
If that makes sense, because I've always loved music, man. You and I both have always loved music. But
yeah, I think it's just bringing an appreciation to maybe different styles within the genre that maybe we didn't really give a lot of attention to. Now we're getting an abundance of bands from all over the world and getting to not only experience different styles, but meeting new people, learning about new bands. Like I said in the beginning, I'm excited about this podcast. I think it's a good thing, especially right now because music venues are shut down. Concerts are shut down. Yeah. People are doing stuff online. Now they have a podcast that you can throw on and listen to some music that you otherwise probably would have never heard.
Well, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, thank you. I'm going to end this show here in just 20 seconds. Okay. Thank you, KP, for doing this with me on short notice because I was going to talk to you anyway. So, so you might as well listen to some music while I'm talking to you. You are just one of my best friends, and I appreciate our friendship and you doing this with me just whenever. So here we go with the outro song from Nothing Short of Tragic.